2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Boston Celtics. Well, for Boston, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Well, Boston had been in a bit of a rebuild since the end of the days of the Big Three. Last season, they got back into the postseason. Shaq, where do you see this team going in the next few years?
Well, they have great guards to build around, and they can continue to be big players in the free agency for the next few seasons. They got to make all the right moves. Their president, I played for him. He's a smart guy. He knows what he's doing.
You know what? I could see them trying to strive for the modern version of a lot of NBA teams. That means getting three-point shooters. If they get more three-point shooters building around that, some crisp passing, that can be a championship mix.
Thank you for joining us. We go courtside now. Kevin Harlan's got the call.
One of the most important monuments in the nation, the War Memorial. It's an All-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Celtics come into town for this one. Pacers looking to make the most out of their home court advantage here in Indianapolis. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. So Indiana wins the tip. So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. David Lee is out there with Zeller, and it's Smart.
Oh! That was an excellent burst to the hoop for that throwdown. I mean, he's a laser beam guy, fast as light.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia.
You know, and Paul George played the first few years of his career in the NBA with 24 on his back. And as you can see, he now goes with 13 after making the switch prior to last year.
No one near Turner as he lets it go. Off target from three-point range. On defense, the Celtics. And George kicks to Ellis. Allen, a screen on Bradley. The drive by Ellis. And he gets it to go. Ellis has got his first bucket in this one. And with Paul George going with the number 13 now, as you can see, helps with his nickname, PG-13.
Yeah, that's a good nickname, a nice fit. Young Tracy, as he likes to go by on Twitter, he said himself that it was about embracing his stature and stardom in the league. Nice way to do it.
Clock at 6. Here's Bradley. Connects from three-point range. Bradley's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. On defense, the Celtics. Hill passes to Ellis. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. It's back to Hill beyond the arc. Shot is no good. And the Celtics going the other way now. In the corner, Bradley with it. Jacks up a three. And again, Boston with the triple.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Pacers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Outside, George. Pass to Ellis. A floater. Can't hit. Bradley with some nice D. Boston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. The pass to Zeller. Turner against George. On the wing, Turner. Here's Lee. Ellis with some nice D.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Hill. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Ellis against Bradley. Lee, a screen on Ellis. Here's Bradley, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And guys, we've seen teams hire college coaches with no NBA experience before. It hasn't always worked out, but for Boston, they have to be very pleased with Brad Stevens.
And it's Turner off the drive. Lee outside. Smart with the ball. He's against Hill. Ellis outside. The feed to George. Allen, a screen on Turner. Here's George. And Boston with the rebound.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
And Zeller kicks to Turner. Power down with both hands.
And the dunk was nice, Kevin, but the move he made to free himself up was a thing of beauty.
It sure was, Greg. What a savvy play to get into position for that jam.
Heads up basketball, plain and simple, guys.
George against Turner. Turner dishes to Hill. George with no one around. And it's George again missing. Celtics leading by 4. Lee outside. Celtics passing it around. Zeller setting the pick for Smart. Right side, Lee. Misses off the right iron.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And Monte Ellis the bucket on the assist by Hill.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Here we go, Pacers fans. Now coming onto the court are your teammates.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Mahaney's checked in for Turner. Hill comes in for Allen. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George. Rodney Stuckey's subbed in for Ellis. Jerebko kicks to Thomas. He dishes it to Sullinger. They set the screen. Passes to Olynyk. He feeds it to Crowder. 6 on the shot clock. Tries to keep it alive. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Stuckey passes to Hill. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Hill against Thomas. Now the dish to Sullinger. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Celtics shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
That free throw good from Sullinger. The free throw's good from Sullinger. Pacers trail by 4. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And here is Hill. Miles, that's for two. Can't make good off the screen.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what he can't do.
I think I had that all my life. I always had to prove somebody wrong, and still to this day. That's just the competitiveness that I believe my oldest brother built into me when I was little.
And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now for this very talented guard.
And that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Right from the start, they have been able to really own that paint and just dominate the backboard.
Well, Greg, you can't dominate the boards unless all 5 guys are making the effort to box out and chase down the ball.
On the court right now for the Celtics, the big men are Sullinger and Olynyk. Thomas is out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Jerebko in at the 3, the small forward. And for Sullinger last season, further indication, Clark, that he needs to keep working on his conditioning.
And that was a concern coming into the league with Jared, is just how committed would he be to working on his body all the time and maintaining the level of conditioning that he needs. And injuries have been a part of that not being the case, but when he's out there, he's capable.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Here's Hill. Sullinger with the rebound. Boston leading by 5. Thomas with the ball. Rodney Stuckey covering. And the shot is good. Crowder's got his first points in this one.
Timeout charge. And talking about Sullinger, you wonder if he's been in the right scheme for the past couple years. He's not a three-point shooter. He's a back-to-the-basket banger. You want proof? Only hit 28% from behind the arc last season, and that was his career high.
On the topic of Sullinger, guys, he said publicly that people are doubting him, and he's right. I mean, until he gets in better shape and stays that way, there will always be questions surrounding that part of his game. Hopefully for him going forward, he can be more Duncan than Diop in the way he treats his body.
Some changes here for the Pacers. LaVoy Allen's checked in for Hill. Paul George comes in for C.J. Miles. And it's Ellis in for Rodney Stuckey. David Lee's checked in for Boston. Bradley comes in for Jerebko. Pacers trail by 7. There's the screen. Hill against Thomas. Outside for George. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
For Boston, they've gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Thomas, a screen on Ellis. Bradley dishes to Crowder. And Sullinger kicks to Bradley. No good on the triple. The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Last season, the Celtics had a solid 19-22 road record, Clark. Not the 500 mark most teams want, but a very good effort from a young team, and no one really expected that.
Yeah, and you think about this team that's still growing and has a lot of youth. I mean, that kind of road record, very impressive. Their fans should be feeling pretty good about what the future holds with this group.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
And thinking back on the Celtics, on the road, their away record doesn't tell the whole story. They won their last 7 road games in that tremendous playoff push.
And Indiana making a change here. Turner's checked in, and then for Boston. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Sullinger. Turner comes in for Crowder, and Smart subbed in for Thomas. And both free throws good for Paul George.
Another away from home note for the Celtics. They were 7-1 in road games against the rest of their division. Their road play was the driving factor as to why they made the playoffs.
Lee passes to Bradley. From 13, and the call will be against David Lee. That is his first foul of the game. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Right side Hill. Sweet little floater. Hill's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
The Celtics with the lead. Smart dishes to Lee. Pick by Zeller. Here's Bradley. Buries it from three-point range. Bradley's got 11.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
Hill kicks to Allen. On the wing, George. Turner covering. Unloads from 13. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. 8 points for Paul George.
And boy, has he come alive. Since the start of the second quarter, he has been on fire. You know, no doubt last year, a bit of a loss for Paul George. I mean, had to sit out most of it after that gruesome leg injury in the Team USA scrimmage.
For Indiana, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Good. The assist goes to Hill. George has got it all tied up now for the Pacers.
Boy, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
Hill, he's checked in for Indiana. Amir Johnson's checked in for Boston. Boston's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. An interesting thing about George Hill, he was traded from the Spurs to the Pacers a few years back. Many people were surprised the Spurs would even trade a valuable veteran when they were trying to win a championship. But who did they trade him for? Kawhi Leonard. A pretty good deal.
Well, you know, Hill is really solid. He knocks down open shots, can run the offense or play off the ball equally well. I think he's a terrific combo guard. Gives you a little bit of everything and does it in a professional way. And that's typically what attracts him to other teams.
The Pacers shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
Well, how about Paul George in this one? He has 12 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
And Bradley gets it to go.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Ellis outside. Turner passes to George. 5 to shoot. No one near Turner as he lets it go. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist.
Boy, what a significant turnaround here in the second quarter after only making 40% from the field in the first.
Johnson the screen. And Zeller kicks to Johnson. Outside Turner. Here's the three. Cannot hit. And Indiana will go the other way with it. Ellis outside. It's George on the wing. Ellis wide open. George, no good. Boston trailing.
I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
Smart misses. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Hill with it. Now guarded by Bradley. Johnson against Allen. They set the pick on the wing, George. And Turner with the block. Allen dishes to George. Tries again, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. And some changes here for the Celtics. He's off on the second. Hill. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Pacers have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
At the line for 2.
Free throw drops for Hill. The Pacers making a change here. Both free throws good from Hill. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Pacers lead by 4. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
I would call that a competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points and 1 rebound. Multiple times we saw the bench cheering him on in the first 2 quarters of this one. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
You know what jumps out at me? Their efficiency on the offensive end. They shared the basketball. Good shot selection. They showed a lot of patience, and that patience will be tested the rest of the way.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
They're giving up way too many good looks. You want to keep your opponent under 50% shooting? They have not done that. What's the solution? Maybe more ball pressure, more physicality down low. Whatever it is, Ernie, they need to figure it out.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Bradley. He's got 13 points, and he's drained 3 3-point bombs so far.
Don't stop. Don't hesitate. Keep firing from out there when the shot's falling like this.
Paul George is out there with Allen. Then it's Ellis. Then there's Hill. And it's Turner in at the 5 down low. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. Fires for 3. The shot by Turner, no good. And how thrilled must have Evan Turner been last season to get a second chance. Clark with the boost in minutes, confidence, coaching staff. His game almost just changed overnight.
Yeah, he's a guy who needs the basketball. He's such a good, solid playmaker and has excellent size. Never had a chance in Indiana to really handle the ball and play to his strengths because of Paul George and Lance Stevenson, but he found a nice niche in Boston.
Well, you know what he can do after watching him for so many years with the Buckeyes.
Yeah, he's terrific. Good basketball IQ, too.
And Boston has possession, trailing by 4. Smart passes to Lee. Pick by Zeller. Lee kicks to Turner. 6 to shoot. Pulls up on the wing. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Outside, George. The three-pointer off the mark.
And boy, did Evan Turner make the most of his second chance last season. Played with more focus, huge minutes for him with the Celtics. He may have found a home.
Shot's good by Turner.
And with that speed, once he took off, the D just had no chance of getting back.
Well, I think they did the right thing. I mean, just give up the 2 points and move forward. Hey, discretion is the better part of valor sometimes. Write that one down, game players. Discretion is the better part of valor. You know, it was a career year all around for Tucker last season. Still has work to do on his game, but showed he can contribute to a winning team. Very good value for his contract, too. You can never discount that.
Lee up top. Nice ball movement by Boston. On the wing, Turner. 5 on the clock. The shot misses. Hill with some nice D.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. It's good on the putback. And that's now 6 points for Miles Turner.
Excellent work to turn that miss into 2 points on the tap in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them.
Yeah, and how great are his ball instincts there. Just having a knack, really the instincts to just get after it on the backboard.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
Celtics making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Here's Smart. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Feeds to Turner. He kicks it to Smart. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. As for those dry spells you mentioned about the Pacers, G8, they had a number of long losing streaks last season.
Yeah, as a team, they had 4 different losing streaks of 6 or more games, and they got hot at the end. Season-high win streak of 6 to stay playoff relevant. It was just too little, too late compared to their losing streaks earlier in the year. And Evan Turner's one of those guys, he just gives you a little bit of everything. I mean, he can play multiple positions, handles the ball, he can pass it, shoot it. Kind of a Swiss Army jackknife who uses multiple tools to his advantage.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. A break for Evan Turner. The one area where he can still develop in a big way is with the jump shot. Clark, 28% from 3 last season. Really is not going to make it.
Yeah, that's been the one stain on his game, the lack of that deep shooting ability, but everything else he can do. He can handle, he passes, he rebounds, but to be an elite player, he's got to be able to knock down that 3-ball bet.
Outside Bradley. Johnson with a screen on Ellis. 5 to shoot. Releases from 15. No good from Lee.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And the basket good.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Lee sets a screen for Smart. Kicks it to Johnson. And he gets it to go.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Indiana leading by 6. Ellis outside. There's the pick. Indiana needs to get a shot off. From deep, George missing again.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. Indiana making some changes. Mahimi comes in for Turner. And it's Hill in for Lavoy Allen. And then for Boston, Jared Sullinger's checked in for Lee. Crowder comes in for Evan Turner. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Bradley. Everyone knows about the Paul George injury from last year and how it affected the Pacers. He said almost the entire season, and there was no doubt they missed it.
Yeah, and when George came back, Kevin, the Pacers got hot, but they had to put him on a minutes limit. And it wasn't just George, though. The team as a whole had a lot of injuries during the course of the season.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Indiana.
From mid-range, it's been a very nice game for them. I mean, they've been finding the bottom of the net a lot.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Indiana. Stuckey comes in for Hill. And the free throw, no good. And the basket by Hill.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Here's Thomas. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Rodney Stuckey.
And Isaiah Thomas, traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston, seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved him.
Greg, you were talking about Isaiah Thomas. He had no love lost for the Suns. In their first meeting, he took them apart, Clark, on the floor. Remember that game? Stared him down as he was hitting shots. Looked at that bench. Man, he had a big chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and you know, most guys that are a little undersized and have battled doubters all their careers bring that kind of edge anyway. You throw in the fact that he was disappointed how the trade unfolded. He was amped up and ready for that return visit.
Both free throws good from Isaiah Thomas.
And guys, as much as Isaiah Thomas can help you on offense, at times he can hurt you on the defensive side. Immediately posted up by whomever he's guarding, you have to give help. And, of course, that leaves your defense vulnerable, particularly on the weak side and controlling that defensive backboard.
Stuckey kicks to Miles. The offensive rebound. Mahimi's shot is good. Mahimi's got the lead up to 10 now for Indiana.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Greg, you're talking about Isaiah Thomas before. Certainly his short stature limits him on, Clark, the defensive side.
Yeah, but you know what? He doesn't rack up a ton of steals given his instincts and quickness. I think he really focuses on making his impact at the offensive end.
Ball's knocked loose. To the inside. Here's Crowder, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
This is his first free throw of the game. Free throw good, Crowder. And both free throws good from Crowder. Now Myers. No good trying to beat the buzzer. The third quarter comes to a close. Pacers out in front. They're up by 5. We've got more in store for you right after this. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Pacers leading by 5. On the floor for Boston. Thomas is out there with Jay Crowder. Then it's Jared Sullinger. Then there's Jerebko. And it's Lee in at the power forward position. Pick up by Hill. Miles, that's for 2. And good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey. Miles has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Pacers. Hill against Thomas. Dishes it to Jerebko. Here's Sullinger. And he converts the layup.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
No question. That's their goal down the stretch here. I think finding those close-range rhythm shots.
Hill dishes to Stuckey. Takes the 3. Hill, no good. Celtics trail by 5. Crowder, the pass to Thomas. With some arc, and it's good on the layup.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Here's Indiana. They've led by as much as 10. There's the pick. Hill kicks to Stuckey. Pick up by Hill. Stuckey into the lane. Shot's good.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
The Boston Celtics figured to be near the bottom of the league last year. In many ways, they outperformed a lot of people's expectations.
And by no means were they a contender at any point, but they very well could be ahead of themselves in terms of the rebuilding process.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Brad Stevens had some words for his team over the break. He told them, guys, we're getting bogged down in the half court. Let's get out and run, see what's available in early offense. If there's nothing there, we can always back it out and run our sets. Good advice, Kevin.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Paul George comes in for C.J. Miles. And it's Ellis in for Rodney Stuckey.
And with the Celtics being a surprise threat near the end of last season, even their losses were close games.
Ellis can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 5. Outside Thomas. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Bradley. Shoots from 12. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. And that's 15 points for Avery Bradley.
To back up your point about the Celtics being in close games, I mean, their point differential on the year was less than where you would expect it to be for a team that made the playoffs. I mean, it really gives you an idea of how many close games they played.
Outside for Thomas. Celtics passing it around. Picked by Zeller. Turner dishes to Zeller. Makes it off the glass. And it's now only a 1-point Pacer lead.
It's as if these guys are out here just playing pickup basketball. No deterrent from the defense.
Not at all. No resistance whatsoever. It seems both teams just happy to try to outscore the other.
And one bright note for the Pacers last season was the play of their bench. Adding Rodney Stuckey was a huge boost for them.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, guys. Well, Brad Stevens had some advice for the team over that last break. The focus of their discussion was getting their offense to run through Bradley. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Guys, we'll see how Coach's direction pays off as this one winds down. Kevin?
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. George against Turner. Turner with the steal. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Turner leading the charge. That puts them in the lead. And that's 17 points for Avery Bradley.
Just enormous, guys, with time winding down. Goes for the steal, and then off to the races.
Yeah, that was big time right there, Clark. That's terrific basketball.
Hill passes to Mahinmi. Open shot, George. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Lavoy Allen. That is his first foul of the game. The Pacers making a switch here. Turner's checked in. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Thomas kicks to Lee. Picked by Zeller. Pass to Bradley. Puts up a three. It's hauled in by George. For Indiana, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. George with the screen on Zeller. Outside for George. Sinks the triple. And the Pacers lead by 2.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
And now, let's hear it for your Ace Man.
Thomas kicks to Turner. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Turner's got it all tied up now for the Celtics.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and he's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. And George, here we go. Rebounded by the Celtics. Zeller's got 5 rebounds tonight. Thomas dishes to Bradley. Back to Thomas. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
He drops the first one, and that gives them the lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Some fantastic numbers for Thomas. He has 8 points, and his huge assist tally makes it all the more impressive.
You know what? He's the catalyst. He's the reason why this team plays with such harmony. And if his passing continues, they are going to win.
Without question, Avery Bradley displaying his skills today.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
Here's Hill. We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter. Here's George. Good work defensively by Turner.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Bradley with the ball, picked up by Ellis. Here's Thomas. Cannot hit. Hill with some nice D. And George, here we go. Ellis, the pass to George. 52 seconds left in the game. Here's Ellis. Here's Turner. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward.
Here's Indiana. Here's Ellis. It's good. This game is all even.
Boy, Monte Ellis, what an offensive force he can be.
Here we go, Pacers fans. Now coming onto the court are your Pacers.
Thomas against Hill. Thomas goes in. It's in!
Those are huge points.
Beyond huge, partner. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
Here we go, Pacers fans. Now coming onto the court are your Pacers.
Twenty seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's George. It falls! A huge shot to tie it up.
Well, Paul George has been sensational.
Here we go, Pacers fans. Now coming onto the court are your Pacers.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth. Hill against Thomas. Down low, Turner with the steal. Time expires, and we're going to overtime. And we'll return shortly. Well, if you're just joining us, the intensity has really heated up in this one. As we watch this one go now to overtime. It'll be the Celtics off the tip. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the court for the Celtics, Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. David Lee is out there with Evan Turner. And it's Zeller in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Some nice passing here by Indiana. George against Turner. Turner with the steal. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Here's Bradley. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Big-time basket there on the inside. I mean, he had to get that one up and over the big guy.
Way up and over the big guy. And what a time in the ball game to make it happen.
One shot. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Pacers trail by 3. Hill kicks to Ellis. It's Allen, top of the key. Off the pick. And he dunks it down.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
Thomas kicks to Zeller. Zeller setting the pick for Turner. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 6 rebounds now in the game. There's the screen. And George, here we go. Mahami's shot is good.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Thomas dishes to Bradley. Thomas against Ellis. Thomas, no good. Indiana leading. Ellis, the pass to Hill. Outside, George. It's back to Hill. Fires the 3. Rebound by Lee. Lee's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Thomas kicks to Lee. Ellis against Bradley. Screen by Lee. Thomas up top. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Connects!
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Turner's checked in for Ian Mahinmi. And the Celtics also making a change. Smart's checked in for Isaiah Thomas. And George, here we go. And Boston with the rebound. Smart dishes to Bradley. And Smart now atop the key. Hit by Lee. Here's Smart. And there's the pass to Lee. Rockets hits. Here's Turner. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Over in the corner, Ellis.
Count it! And now, let's hear it for your East Base.
And Zeller kicks to Smart. From deep three-point range. So a close game sees Indiana take this one. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, Clark, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Looked to me like the amber light on the gas tank didn't quite come on. They still had enough fuel to get across the finish line comfortably.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Guys, Paul George standing by with me here. And Paul, first, congratulations on the win. What's the attitude you have as a team right now?
Continue to play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Paul, thank you so much. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George. He put his team on his back and carried them as we've seen him do before. But it never gets old. A textbook example of making play after play to lead the way. What'd you think, Kenny?
He put on such a well-rounded display offensively. He knew exactly what he wanted to do to break down the defense. Even when they made adjustments on him, he adapted. He said, okay, I can handle it. I'll step aside, do something different.
Well, certainly a solid night for him offensively. Excellent production pretty much everywhere. He was what I call NSV, Ernie, a nice safety valve. When they needed to open up the valve, he came through with that offense.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.